Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a very blessed, wonderful, great weekend. And I all hope you enjoyed it so well, guys. And also, all hope you have a wonderful, blessed holidays as well to you guys. Anyway, guys, I'm exactly here, and I'm also completely grateful for you guys viewing and watching my episodes. It gratefully, literally means a lot to me. And I'm also very thankful for you guys who are exactly watching the shorts and exactly viewing them all. It means completely a lot to me. And for those of you who are also watching the long videos as well, I'm completely thankful for you guys. So God bless you all completely. Anyway, on today's episode, guys, we're here to talk about the ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Order of Secrets, which was formed many centuries ago, and it's quietly exactly formed by the founder and leader known as Black Man, who is a subordinate of the original Lord of Magic, of the original Lord of Magic, which he exactly decided to form his secret society many centuries ago with another protege of the original Lord of Magic known as Jet, known by another name as Lord Jet, the new Lord of Magic in a far future. So today's episode is about the history of the Order of Secrets, how it exactly became and what it exactly its purpose and its missions and its goals as well. Let's exactly begin. Many centuries ago, before when the many centuries ago, when the great wars exactly rained down upon the sacred world and upon the sacred universe and upon the known universe itself, within the astrosphere of the war, the word then when the original Lord of Magic, when the original Lord of Magic exactly first rose to power, he exactly dispatched and sentenced his proteges in order for them to train to become highly skilled assassins and supervillains to be becoming the future and also the successor of his legacy and also of his goals as well. Within the 18th century, within the 19th century, Black Man exactly became the subordinate of the original Lord of Magic, helping the Lord of Magic and his forces and the Shadow Empire conquering thousands of worlds, planets, and civilizations in the process, so that the Shadow Empire could successfully exactly rise and ascend to power quickly, and also by gaining sole control over the known universe and over the sacred universe as well in a process. During at that time of that century, Black Man met up with Jet, who will become known in the far future of the Sacred Galactic War as Lord Jet, the new Lord of Magic. Together, Lord Jet and Black Man exactly fought up against an ancient creature known as the ice creature, and were successfully able to taking it down and were successfully able to vanquish it before the ice creature was trying to conquer the golden temples and the golden worlds. Black Man and Jet combined their resources and their allies together in fighting against this monstrous aberration, and they completely exactly destroyed it and decimated it in a process. The two of them will become forever be known as Jet exactly with his other ancient secret society known as the Order of Power will be known as the Order of Power, while Black Man and his ancient secret society will become known by as the Order of Secrets. Together with a new secret societies being formed, they together become known by as the Order of Power and the Order of Secrets, with the ancient secret societies formed and will be hereby known throughout sacred history and will remain unknown throughout sacred history of the Sacred Wars galactic conflicts. During at that time, Black Man and Jet exactly shook hands with each other after saving the Golden Worlds and the Golden Dimension from being enslaved and being conquered by the Ice Creature, stated that the Order of Secrets will forever be a partner and an associate of the Order of Power. And Jet was successfully pleased of that, to hear that Black Man's secret society and his organization will serve as a proxy in case things go badly in the far future of the war. When they exactly need each other, they will exactly aid each other on their respective goals and conquests. And Black Man was reluctantly very completely pleased and very enlightened of that. Throughout sacred history, Black Man has managed to tighten his grip and his oppression on the known planetary worlds and cities and civilization of the aliens, the supernaturals, and the superhumans in trying to seize control of them. But throughout sacred history, Black Man has managed to exactly create chaos and destruction upon his wake, using the resources of his ancient secret society in order to create chaos and destruction upon his work, in order to fueling the original Lord of Magic's goals and conquest from conquering the known worlds and the known planets of the known universe and the rest of sacred existence in the process. To do so, Black Man exactly discovered that he has an ambition of his own, a very greater, powerful ambition of his own that he needs to exactly start running on his own. During the millennium centuries, Black Man exactly began his own operation and his own secret operations within the shadows of the sacred world and within the shadows of the Shadow Empire, where he secretly exactly recruited the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders to become high-ranking operatives for his new secret societies. In return, the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders will supply him with destructive and compatible technology for his new organization and his new reformed secret society known as the Order of Secrets. And Black Man was reluctantly pleased that the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders have agreed to become his operatives and his associate in his organization, and is also within his ancient secret society known as the Order of Secrets. And Black Man was reluctantly intrigued and very enlightened that he has found operatives and agents for him to successfully do for them to successfully begin his plans and his goals in a far future of the sacred galactic war. At this rate, for many years and for many centuries, Black Man and the Order of Secrets have remained within the shadows and operating within the shadows as he's seen other ancient secret societies being formed and being reassembled and being recreated by other ancient powerful villains exactly. Black Man decided that the perfect time for this to exactly take place will be exactly to be now. He's decided to extending few invitations to powerful ancient criminals such as Sacred Power, Sacred Face, the Black Druid, Black Light, Black Flower, Sacred Face, and Shadow Arrow, and Shadow Face as well. He decided to extend invitations to those powerful ancient criminals in order for them to join his group, his ancient group known as the Order of Secrets, and the other ancient criminals decided to join forces with Black Men in order to aid him with his respective conquests and goals as well. And they all exactly decided to exactly assist each other on their common goals and their interests and their ambitions as well. To this point, Black Men exactly needed to utilize the resources of his associates so he can exactly further his ultimate goals and his ultimate plans for universal domination, which he believed that he can exactly achieve it at some rate as well. On the 1st of February, when news of the original death of the original Little Magic created a power vacuum within the Shadow Empire itself, forcing every other Shadow Empire warlord and commander and leader to secretly forming alliances with ancient groups of supervillains such as the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, the Order of the Seven, the Order of the Four, the Unholy Alliance, Court of Nature, Sacred Five, Court of Nature, Sacred Five, Sacred Circle, Order of Secrets, Order of Power. These ancient secret societies of supervillains will exactly in return supply these Shadow Empire warlords and commanders with endless known worlds and planets that are under their sole control, each with a different connections and network through the sacred underworld, through the sacred government, through the sacred authorities and military bases. They would exactly utilize their resources and their connections for the Shadow Empire warlords to remain in power, in control. In return, the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders will secretly supply them with destructive technology and more worlds and planets and known cities and planets and known cities of magical cities and supernatural cities and alien cities and colony cities and planets that are under their sole control will be supplied back to these ancient secret societies. On the 9th of February, the Order of Secrets was able to Black Man exactly held a conference with the members of the Order of Secrets and exactly told them that with the chaos of the Shadow Empire that's really quietly disrupted, it's time for them to begin furthering their plans and their common interest once and for all. And Shadowface completely agreed with that, and so did Black Flower, and so did Black Flower and Black Light and the Dark Druid and Shadow and Sacred Power as well, and also Sacred Face. They all completely came to agreement that it's time for them to further their interest and their common goal as well. And Black Man was reluctantly pleased and very intrigued on how they want to exactly achieve that goal as well. On the 29th of February, Black Man exactly secretly met up with Lord Jet, who is the new Lord of Magic and a founder and a leader of his own ancient secret society known as the Order of Power, the one that I previously taught you about. They exactly met up in full secrecy. Lord Jet exactly told Black Man that he needs his secret society to operate within the sacred world's public for his organization to operate within the full shadows of humanity and the rest of the secret world. To do so, he needed them to act as proxies so that every member knew exactly what was going on. For that end, Blackman exactly told Lord Jet that he has his own plans and his own plans and his own goals and his own plans and his own goals and his own activities for him that he needs to successfully achieve. But for that, he would exactly help the Order of Power to remain operating in the shadows and in still operating in full secrecy, which the Order of Secrets will gladly act as a proxy, and every member of the Order of Secrets will gladly exactly participate in taking the fall for the members of the Order of Power, so they can still remain operating in the shadows and in full secrecy of the sacred world and of the sacred galactic world, while they operate in public as their proxies. But unaware to that, Black Man exactly told Lord Jet that he has his own bigger plans and own greater ambitions for his organization and for his organization and his secret society. And the members of his secret societies and his associates have decided to help each other and aid each other on their respective goals. Lord Jet exactly told Black Man that either way, they will exactly help each other on their goals and on their mission, which despite that, their goals and their mission share a common interest as well. And Black Man was very enlightened and very pleased. To this point, he shook hands with Lord Jet, the new Lord of Magic, and told him that the Order of Secrets would gladly take the fall for the Order of Power, for it to remain operating in the shadows and in full secrecy of the sacred galactic war and of the rest of sacred existence and of the rest of the sacred world. And Lord Jet was very enlightened, and so did Black Man. To this point, together they shook hands and remarked of their association and their partnership together as associate and as well as partners. Black Man was very relieved and very intrigued by Lord Jet's request and also proposition, and he gladly took it, which in a matter of fact knew that it could benefit him in many numerous ways as well. On the 15th of March, the Order of Secrets began revealing itself to the sacred world and to the rest of sacred existence, publicly releasing giant monsters and creatures to attack the rest of sacred existence. The universal heroes and the united heroes and the world heroes were forced to divide their resources, while the united heroes exactly attacked the monsters, and the universal heroes aided the united heroes to attacking and also to banishing and vanquishing the monsters of the dark dimension, while the world heroes exactly fought up against the members of the Order of Secrets within their central headquarters, which was within the ancient ruins of a huge museum, which was within the ancient ruins of the Jungle Museum, where the central headquarters was quietly held in operating form, where the giant dark portal was highly operated from. Blackman exactly anticipated that the world heroes will exactly arrive to take them down, and he told the members of the Order of Secrets to begin unleashing their powers and their abilities and their skill sets to attacking the world heroes. The battle exactly waged on between good and evil as the world heroes exactly attacked the members of the Order of Secrets. Black Man completely attacked the world heroes, and they fought up against each other until the united heroes and the universal heroes arrived on the battlefield, forcing the villains to surrender and also to submit. Despite to that exactly, Black Man exactly surrendered, and the rest of the other supervillains surrendered as well. But to this point, power Black Light exactly told the United Heroes and the Universal Heroes that the war and the battle is far from over, that it's about to exactly begin. To this point, exactly, the Universal Heroes and the United Heroes took the villains and the enemies straightly to the Astral Prison to remain in custody of the Astral Prison, a prison designed to house super criminals and super villains and dark druids and dark warlords and dark druids and dark warlords and evil warlords and commanders and powerful super criminals and deadly villains who wreak chaos and havoc. the prison is exactly designed for them, and they were forced to remain in custody for their crimes against the sacred world and against the rest of humanity and the rest of the sacred universe as well in the process. Within within the within the 19th of April, Professor Wall exactly secretly met up with Blackman within his prison cell and told him that it's time for the Order of Secrets to successfully exactly begin its operation. And Blackman was very reluctantly intrigued and very enlightened until the Dark Druid opened up a portal and every member of the Order of Secrets secretly was released from their cells and from the imprisonment of the astral prison, and they were forced to operate again in full secrecy, meaning back into the shadows of the sacred world and the rest of sacred existence by any means necessary. On the 29th of April, the members of the Order of Secrets fully convened on an ancient dark crystal temple where the Dark Druid was able to exactly use his basis of operation for them to successfully exactly meet. To this point, Blackman exactly reassured the members of the Order of Secrets that everything else is going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be. Despite that exactly, Blackflower told Blackman that despite that exactly acting as proxies of the Order of Power, their operations were completely destroyed and taken down, and that every associate and their operatives would never exactly work with them or fully operate or exactly partner themselves with them. Despite that exactly, Blackman reassured the members of the Order of Secrets that everything is going according to plan, the way it's intended to be, without any of the further dispute. The Universal Heroes and the United Heroes and the World Heroes literally fell and took the bait when they had to be. In doing so, they can further their own plans and their own goals. Shadowface was quietly relieved and very intrigued of that, as well as Shadow Arrow was very quietly relieved, and Sacred Face was also quietly very much intrigued by that, by hearing Blackman's reassurance. Despite that, Blackman exactly told the members of the Order of Secrets that it's time for them to get back to their missions and to their goals as well, by any means necessary, in which they all agreed that it's time for them to begin their goals and their common interests as well. On the between May and June, the Shadow Empire warlords secretly became operatives of the Order of Secrets and associates of the Order of Secrets, supplying them with endless destructive and powerful technology. In the full secrecy, Blackman made a secretive alliance with Lord Power, who is a supervillain and a founder and a leader of the Power Empire. Together, they will exactly aid each other on the respective conquests and their respective ideals to assist each other with their goals and their common interests to wreaking chaos and destruction upon humanity and upon the rest of sacred existence and upon the Four Nation Hunters as well. To this point exactly, Lord Power supplied the Order of Secrets with endless, incredible, advanced, destructive, and dark and powerful technology to their operatives and to their agents and to their mercenaries and to their assassins as well. The Order of Secrets was very, very relieved and very, very completely satisfied that they have gotten all the technology and everything else they need, which they can supply it to their assassins and their mercenaries and their operatives and agents in full secrecy. On the 29th of June, the Order of Secrets held a video conference. The Order of Secrets exactly held a video conference within one of their sacred bases, where one of the Shadow Empire warlords exactly presented to them with a powerful genetic crystal and stated to them that everything else is going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be, and that things are falling in place the way they needed to be. And Blackman was very relieved and very intrigued that everything else is going according to schedule, the way it's intended to be, by any means necessary. On the 15th of July, Blackman and the rest of the members of the Order of Secrets exactly convened on a different ancient crystal temple where the Dark Druid exactly was able to reassure the members of the Order of Secrets that everything else is going to place and that the operation can successfully begin taking place. And Blackman was very reluctantly pleased and very reassured that now the steps of their plans can finally take to get to bear fruition by any means necessary. On the 29th of July, the members of the Order of Secrets began unleashing chaos and destruction upon the known universe and throughout the magical worlds, cities, planets, and colony cities and worlds and planets and known civilization began creating chaos as the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders using their battleships and their battle cruisers and hot air balloons and airship fleet to creating enormous amounts of havoc and chaos upon the sacred world and upon the rest of humanity. The Four Nation Hunters and the Intergalactic Coalition's resources were all heavily stretched with them as they were forced to exactly battle against the enemy. The Universal Founders, the Universal Defending Heroes, and the Universal Space Heroes and the Universal Monster Heroes were forced to exactly aid each other and assist each other with the Intergalactic Coalition, able to exactly help the Intergalactic Coalition put stopping the chaos and all the destruction caused by the Shadow Empire warlords, which they were able to successfully succeed in taking them down and in neutralizing their forces and every one of their battleships and their battle cruisers and taking them down and also successfully destroying them. They were able to overpower the enemy and the operatives, and they were able to exactly capture several key enemies and several Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, and they were ultimately sentenced directly to the Astral Prison to remain in the Astral Prison in custody for their crimes against the sacred world and against the rest of sacred existence and against the known universe as well. On the 10th of August, the members of the Order of Secrets held up a video conference as Blackman exactly told them that their plan worked marvelously, meaning in other words, very brilliantly. Everything else was quietly reorganized and planned the way it is supposed to be, making sure that the order of power remains in full control and remains in power, with the new Shadow Empire being reformed and being recreated from the shadows. The new Lord of Magic will have more power and have more total control over the new Shadow Empire, and his forces and his organization and his secret society will be more powerful than against the Order of the 12, then against the Universal Prince, then against the Star Prince, then against the Dark Order, then against Red Bolt, then against the Founders, and also the Dark King and Dark Grey, meaning in other words, he'll be more powerful enough in order to exterminate and wipe out the supernaturals and the aliens and the superhumans in the process, and also by taking the Four Nation Hunters and the Intergalactic Coalition and the United Heroes and the World Heroes and the Universal Heroes in the process with them down completely. And the Black Flower was completely intrigued and very quietly reassured, and so did Sacred Face and Shadow Arrow, and also Sacred Power and Black Light and the Black Druid. They were all quietly reassured, and they were all very quietly intrigued that everything is going according to plan, the way it's intended to be as well. On the 15th of August, Blackman exactly decided in order to begin his mission and his goals as well, as he teleported straightly to planet to the dark world where Lord Power was quite exactly viewing where Dark Lord was quite exactly viewing the atmosphere and everything else of his empire, and Lord Power exactly told Blackman that the operation is a success and that everything else is going according to plan the way it's supposed to be. The both of them exactly shook hands and remarked with their partnership, stating that the Order of Secrets will forever be partners to Lord Power's empire and also to his goals. Meaning, in other words, they'll forever remain partners, and that their partnership still remains intact and also indestructible as well. And Lord Power was very, very intrigued and very, 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 very satisfied that Blackman has able to remember their partnership and how they were able to exactly form it, that it still remains the same alliance as it always has, and that the Lord Power will secretly supply them with destructive and compatible advanced technology through his forces and his operatives, and Blackman was very well likely to be pleased as well. On the 15th of September, Blackman exactly convened with the members of the Order of Secrets on another ancient crystal temple, and exactly reassured them that everything else is going according to plan, and that the plan is quietly set and ready in motion, and that they can finally begin launching their plans and their own ideals as well. Blackflower was quietly very intrigued So was Black Light, and Shadow Arrow and Sacred Power and Shadow Face and Sacred Face as well. They were all quietly relieved as Shadow Face exactly, or rather as Shadow Arrow exactly told Black Men that the operation should successfully exactly go well, meaning that they will have everything else in place for them to become the sole rulers over the sacred universe and over the sacred world and over the rest of sacred existence, meaning that by removing the universal prince and the order of the 12 out of power, they'll become the sole rulers of the cosmos and they'll be able to control and manipulate the sacred galactic war to their advantage. And Black Man exactly was reluctantly pleased in that he reassured the members of the Order of Secrets that everything is going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be. On the 20th of October, Black Men secretly exactly met up with the new Lord of Magic and full secrecy when one of the hidden bases of operation and exactly told Lord Jet that the plan is quietly set in motion and everything else is quietly set and that the operation can successfully exactly begin. And Lord Jet was very successfully pleased, meaning that their partnership exactly still remains intact and that it will always exactly remain intactable and also remain indestructible, and that they'll forever remain associates of each other, that the Order of Power and the Order of Secrets will aid each other in their respective goals and conquests as well. And Black Man shook hands with Lord Jet, said to him that it will exactly also remain intactable as well. On the 20th of October, Blackman was successfully granted clearance and purification to the Shadow Empire's central command of the throne room, where he easily met up with Red Bolt, who is a founder and a leader of the Dark Order, his ancient secret society that manipulates and controls events and wars, and that secretly controls planets and known worlds and cities and planets and civilization throughout the sacred world and throughout the sacred universe, where Blackman exactly told Red Bolt that the war between the Star Empire and the original Shadow Empire will be disabled and will be hereby be neutralized by any means necessary. Red Bolt exactly reassured Black Man that everything is going according to plan and that the Dark Order will successfully have sole control over two universes, the Sacred Universe and the Star Universe. From there, they'll be able to further their conquest and their global conquest and a global conquest and control over the other universes. Meaning, in other words, they'll become the sole dominant rulers over the cosmos and over the rest of humanity and over the supernatural aliens, superhumans, and the rest of the Four-Nation Hunters and the rest of the sacred hunters of the sacred world and the rest of sacred existence. Black Man exactly was quietly, very reluctantly exactly taken aback by Red Bolt's words and reassurance, meaning that his operation will successfully go well. Black Man exactly told Red Bolt that the Order of Secrets will secretly be waiting for the perfect time for it to secretly seize in control, and that when the opportunity opens, they will gladly begin their own attack and also purification for soul control as well. On the 15th of November, the Order of Secrets held up a video audience with the Shadow Empire warlords, and Black Man was able to arbitrate an audience with the members of the Order of Secrets and with the Shadow Empire warlord, who the Shadow Empire warlord exactly told the members of the Order of Secrets and Black Man that he will continue remaining as their operatives and eyes and ears through the original Shadow Empire, and that he will continue making sure that the Order of Secrets remains in control over the original Shadow Empire and over its control of his forces and his associates. And Black Man was reluctantly pleased and very successfully pleased that everything is going according to plan, the way it's intended to be. And Black Flower was very reluctantly pleased, and so was Shadow Arrow and Sacred Face and Black Light and Sacred Face and Black Light and the Dark Druid and Shadow Face as well. And Shadow Face as well was very quietly reluctantly pleased, meaning that everything is going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be. On the 15th of December, Black Man exactly journeyed into the ancient ruins of a powerful dark temple, where his forces and operatives were able to highly modify it and recreate it and recreating and reforming it into a different temple, into a different powerful dark temple, to using it for his base of operation as well as his central headquarters of operation. There, the members of the Order of Secrets completely exactly convened as Black Flower exactly told Black Man that the plan is put in motion and that the Red Empire and the Winter Empire are willing to go to all-out war, meaning could work to their advantage as well. Black men exactly told the members of the Order of Secrets they have enough firepower and enough forces under their control in order for them to wipe out and exterminate the universal heroes and the universal earth heroes and the world heroes once and for all. Meaning, in other words, the operation will gladly exactly take place as well. On the 9th of January, Blackman exactly held a video conference with the members of the Order of Secrets, where he easily praised the Shadow Empire warlord and commander for his great sufficiency and work, stating that the Order of Secrets is successfully proud and very, very happy of his work and his efforts, meaning, in other words, the Order of Secrets operation can finally exactly begin and also begin taking place and control over other known worlds and cities and planets, meaning he'll dispatch his proxies and his proteges and his followers to begin exactly making sure that those cities and worlds remain under their sole control. And the Shadow Empire warlord was successfully pleased and very happy that everything is going according to plan, the way it's intended to be. Despite this, guys, the Order of Secrets is an ancient and powerful secret society of supervillains that has been operating throughout sacred history for many centuries and for many years. Its founder and leader is Black Man. He is very ruthless and very, very ruthless and very, very ruthless and very cruel and very ambitious and very immortal. And due to his own gravity, he believes that he and his associates are destined to exactly creating chaos and destruction, that they will exactly rule from this chaos and destruction, and that they're willing to make sure that the Order of Secrets and its connections through its operatives, and through its remaining operatives and associates will remain in power and also in control by removing the Universal Prince and the Star Prince out of the way, and by permanently disabling the original Shadow Empire's control over known worlds and planets and civilization in the process, so the Order of Secrets can secretly exactly remain in control. Black Man and his associates are secretly manipulating events and wars and conflicts of the sacred world and of the sacred world and over the sacred world, over the sacred galactic worlds and planets and civilization, in order for them to further their own goals and their own plans, in the process for them to exactly bear fruit. The Order of Secret is an ancient secret society that's been highly operating for many centuries and for many millennia. It is so ancient that it's very different than the order of the five, then the order of the five, then the order of the six, and also then the order of the seven, then now Court of Nature, then also the founders, and Sacred Five. It is so ancient that it formed a secretive alliance with the Order of Power many centuries ago. They even formed another secretive alliance with Lord Power many centuries ago. Due to this deal, they agreed that they will aid each other on their respective goals and conquests for them to neutralize their resources for sole control and in controlling humanity and the rest of sacred existence in the process. Black Man is a very powerful, stronger tactician and a strategist, forming secretive powerful alliances with other powerful criminals such as Black Flower, the Dark Druid, Shadow Arrow, the Dark Druid and Shadow Arrow, and also Black Light, and Sacred Face and Shadow Face. 6 members of the organization, 6 villains working together and cooperating together in order to utilize their resources and their goals for Black Man, so that his goals can successfully bear fruit. Due to his own gravity, Black Man believes that his secret society and his associates are destined to rule from the chaos and the destruction that they've caused, and that they're willing to make sure humanity remains in power and in control. That includes removing the Universal Prince and the new Lord of Magic out of power, and by disabling their connections and their influence from the Intergalactic Coalition and from the Four Nation Hunters sacred government and the authorities as well, in a process in order to make sure they are the ones in control and also in power. The Order of Secrets is a powerful, deadly, secretive, ancient criminal organization that has powerful connections through politicians and the underworld and operatives and Shadow Empire warlords and governments and authorities of the sacred worlds and the sacred nations and the Shadow Empire warlords as well. It is heavily connected through humanity and through the rest of the sacred world, using both of those worlds' connections in order to empower themselves. And by manipulating humanity's events and wars, the Order of Secrets will thrive, and in using those resources for themselves to betterment for the grand vision, and for the grand vision, and also for the betterment of the rest of sacred existence and for the rest of humanity. They believe that they are destined to create the chaos and the destruction, and that they're willing to rule from the chaos and the destruction over the rest of sacred existence and over the rest of humanity as well, by wiping out and removing the world heroes and the universal heroes and the united heroes and the four nation hunters out of the way, meaning, in other words, permanently. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I all hope you have a wonderful, blessed day and a very great, great holiday indeed. I appreciate your support in watching and in viewing my episode. It gratefully, truly means a lot to me, guys. So have a blessed holiday and have a blessed evening and afternoon. I'll exactly see you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay happy. Bye. Bye.